Welcome to What the Wrestling, a show where I take a look at professional wrestling moments from some of the various companies that amused or confused me. This time around, I'm going to jump immediately to NXT. We have resident redneck Cameron Grimes coming back after a long absence, this time absolutely rich. How did he get his mysterious wealth? Well, he tells you. Because he tells you everything. The obnoxious loudmouth, apparently during his time off, discovered a place called GameStop and bought a lot of stock. That, if you know a little history around the early January and February, went straight to the moon. And so he sold that stock. Then he found some place called Dogecoin and invested again and resold when its value went up. The point is, Cameron Grimes is now a billionaire and throwing the money around in the most ridiculous ways. The fact that they brought up the topical GameStop thing, I don't know, it tickled my fancy. Over in Impact, Rosemary and Crazy Steve formed a group called Decay. Apparently there's some history there, where Decay has been a group before, but that's not why I'm mentioning this. As they added a third member, which both fits and doesn't fit. Like, Rosemary is a demon assassin, Crazy Steve is absolutely insane and apparently blind? Whatever. But the third member, they introduced Black Taurus. It doesn't say a word, it just goes, and I don't know, it just has that level of silliness that doesn't fit the gothic dread that's Decay is supposed to have. Over in AEW, we had a wedding. It was building up for quite a while. The wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, with the best man, Miru, presiding, along with their forced into servitude butler, Chuck Taylor, or Charles. Well, it was going on, it was looking pretty darn good, till Chuck finally had enough, found a way to handcuff Miru's ankle to the ring ropes and rebel, messing up the wedding. But that's not all, because it turned out that hiding inside the obscenely large wedding cake was in fact our favorite hands in pocket aloof loaf, Orange Cassidy. It turned into one of those ridiculous villain gets their party ruined scene that you'd have seen in an old 80s movie. Complete with, someone, the blushing bride getting a face full of the giant cake and, that sort of stuff. Finally, WWE. Shortly after Edge's Royal Rumble win, he was trying to figure out who he was going to go up against. And Roman Reigns got rather upset that Edge didn't immediately pick him. It showed him disrespect. And so you kind of had this whole moment where Roman Reigns was all, "Wrestle me, Edge, please." And yet, at the following pay-per-view, Roman Reigns gave us mixed messages, where he did everything he could to have an easy championship defense, since he was forced to have a championship defense at all. At the Elimination Chamber, Roman Reigns decided he was going to face the winner of the Elimination Chamber match immediately after the match, instead of defending it in the chamber. He did face Daniel Bryan. He defeated Daniel Bryan very quickly. This made Edge's decision, as Edge then decided, I'm going to wrestle Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Which actually upset Roman Reigns now. So, what's the deal, Reigns? You're very hypocritical. Didn't you want to face Edge? Wasn't it disrespectful not to? Oh well. It's classic heel chicanery, but still a little inconsistent and confusing. Also in WWE, we had the birth of a brand new meme. Nia Jax was in a tables match against Lana. Nia Jax was working to try to punish poor Lana in any way she could. Eventually, at one point, setting her up by the apron and was going to perform a leg drop. Lana got out of the way, and Nia Jax landed hard on the apron. Rear first. At which point she was limping away from the ring, holding her backside, and loudly proclaimed for the camera, "My hole!" It didn't take very long for #MyHole to be trending all over Twitter and memes being made across the internet. But apparently Vince McMahon thought it was very funny, because then, several times in later shows, Nia Jax's hole was referred to multiple times. Almost any time they could, that would be funny. I remember one time on NXT, one of the lady wrestlers referred to talked to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler about their upcoming title defense and said something along the lines of they're going to stick their foot right up Nia Jax's hole. I found it amusing because I'm 5. And lastly, we have a bit of soap opera drama. The best kind of drama. As Lacey Evans announced she can't face Charlotte Flair in any matches anymore because she's pregnant. And Rick's the father. Well, okay, they didn't actually say that, but they heavily imply that Ric Flair is the father. I kinda saw this coming, but at the same time, I kinda didn't. It's like, would they really go this route? It turns out, I guess Lacey Evans really is pregnant, and they just decided to use it as a springboard for more drama. Oh well. But that's gonna do it for us. I honestly hope that March is as fun as February was. Or better. But we're not gonna know that for quite a while. And until then, this was What the Wrestling, and I'll see you in the ring.